Okay. So, for purposes of solving the second question, first one is already done, just below the question. For the second question to solve it, we need to understand a concept which is called the conservation of momentum. I have already briefed a little bit about it before. And we know what is momentum. It is mass into velocity. And so conservation of momentum means, well, what is conservation? I have already told you before. Conservation means preserve, reserve, save, etc. Constant, and so on. Sorry. Well, so like that, we have to find out what is this conservation, where is it applied, and so on. Remember this, very important, that whenever two bodies are in motion, or even if the single body is in motion, and suddenly a change is taking place, during that change, just before and then just afterwards, find the momentum, just before and just afterwards. The momentum that we have for the entire universe, for all the system that is present before, and also the momentum that is there for all the bodies or whatever may be the case. If you sum up the momentum before and momentum just afterwards, find what is the total. It is going to be the same. This is all based on Newton's law. In fact, we have the statement called the Newton's law of conservation of momentum. So let us take an example and understand it. Let us take two bodies moving closer to one another. The first body is, say, moving forward with a velocity u1, and the second body is moving in a reverse direction with a velocity u2. The mass of the first body is m, and that of the second body is m2. The first body mass is m1. As they keep on moving forward, at one point of time, what will happen is that between them collision will take place. After the collision, both may return back, or else both may move in one direction or both can move in the opposite direction depending upon the heaviness of the mass of any particular body. So before this collision, see what we have. The momentum before is mass into velocity of the first body. That is the momentum. I have already told you that momentum is a vector. So, if you want to add up the momentum of two bodies, both the bodies should be moving in the same direction. If the directions are different, then find what will be the component in the direction of the first body, then add it up. So we are going to work out problems of that sort, then you will understand it better. Then what is the momentum of the second body? Before collision, that will be mass m2 into velocity of that body, u2. Well, moving in opposite direction, so velocity will be negative, and all that we will see it when it comes to problem solving. For the time being, just write the symbol and that is all. Now the momentum before for the two bodies is m1 u1 plus m2 u2. And the two bodies are in collision. After collision, when the two bodies return back, then let the velocity of the first body be v1 and that of the second body be v2. So momentum of the first body after collision will be m1 v1 and that of the second body will be m2 into v2. m2 into v2. Add. So you will get the total momentum of the moving bodies just before and immediately after the collision. Just immediately after. Now what the law of conservation of momentum tells us is that momentum just before the impact is equal to momentum immediately after the impact. They will be equal to. That is what the conservation of momentum tells us. So for collision, this is one important equation. It is not only collision, some change is taking place. For example, you take a pulley, and over that we have got a string passing through. Then this is mass m1, another body, mass m2. m2 is heavier, so let us say it moves down. m1 is moving upwards. And this m2, somewhere from the middle, takes up another mass. So is equal to m3. So you can see that there is a change now. So before there were two bodies, now there are three bodies. So apply the conservation of momentum when the change is taking place. Just before, see the momentum. m1 u1 plus m2. Immediately afterwards, see the momentum. Now three masses. For all that, let the velocity be another one, v dash or whatever you call it. After finding that, then before and afterwards equate them. Then after this mass is hooked up, then what is that another velocity now can be found out by considering the conservation of momentum. So not only for collision, whenever there is a change and for any type of motion, any type of change, during the change, just before and immediately afterwards, conservation of momentum can be applied. So remember that. Now, if we apply this conservation of momentum for a cannon, for a cannon there will be one wheel, the other side, we cannot see that. And there we will have also a barrel, a gun or a shot is fired. Apply fire so it will burst and come out from the other side. This is called the bullet. That is also a okay name. So now this is bullet. Let the mass of this entire gun or cannon, whatever you call it, be equal to capital M. The mass of the bullet, take it as a small m. Small m. Now, this is also that small m. At the beginning, the cannon is at rest. The bullet is also rest. So what happened? u1 is 0, u2 is also 0. So momentum before. Momentum before. You can call it as P1. Is equal to momentum afterwards. After. Now, let us take the mass of the bullet as m1. At the beginning, the velocity of the bullet is u1, mass of the gun is m2, velocity is u2. So what we will therefore have is m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2. So then will be equal to the momentum afterwards. Afterwards, let us say that both are moving with different velocities, v1 and v2 respectively. So m1, v1 plus the other one will be m2 into v2. Now at the beginning, u1 is equal to 0, u2 is equal to 0. So this is 0 plus 0 will be equal to m1. That is the mass of the bullet. Let m1 be called as mb. Then v1, that is the velocity of the bullet, I will call it as vb, plus m2, that is the mass of the gun, into v2. Now, you see, to every action, here comes again that Newton's third law. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. When the bullet comes out, the gun will move backwards. You know the reason why? Before momentum is 0. So afterwards also the momentum should be 0. That is why if the gun is moving forward, the bullet will move reverse. Or if the bullet is moving forward, the gun will move opposite. So that one is positive and another is negative. When you add them both, they will get cancelled. So both sides you will get 0 equal to 0. Perfect. So that is the concept here. And that is why I do not know whether you have used the gun at Army Wala or not. I don't know. But there you can see that in pictures. Using that gun when it is a war game, then using that gun when firing takes place, and so on. Then at that time when the bullet comes forward, the back of the gun, called the butt of the gun, B-U-T-T, that will hit your shoulder again and again. The shoulder will go backwards. This is what I am explaining. Okay. So then, this will be M mass of the gun into V2. And V2 is the final velocity of the gun. And just now we have seen it will go back. Then only there will be cancellation. So you will get 0 equal to 0. When it goes back, velocity of the gun is negative. While substituting, then put the values. Formula don't change. I have told you already. Every time write this. While substituting, reverse or in the same direction, depending on that, wherever negative is needed, put it. So now it is velocity of the gun. Take this mass of the gun and velocity other side. So it will become plus. So you will get mass of the gun. The velocity of the gun is equal to the mass of the bullet into the velocity of the bullet. And that is all. Now see what is all about the second question. Find the energy of the recoil. So when the gun is going back. For that, see what is the velocity of the gun when it is going back. Once that you know, then the velocity is, say, capital V or Vg or whatever it is. From that the energy will be half m into Vg square or mg into Vg square. Half mg into Vg square. So for that Vg is a must. Find that Vg first. That Vg can be found out by this equation. So this will be given, and this also will be given. Using this equation, find Vg, then find the energy. That's all. So these are all the details with regards to conservation of momentum. So we will put that. And this is important, please remember. See, I am making a shortcut. Otherwise, what many people will do is use this equation only even for that problem. It will take more than 5 minutes, whereas you have got only 3 minutes to solve the problem. Okay, so that is why use the shortcut methods, but be firm, see to it that there is no mistake while solving, slow and steady, but while thinking, be fast, use a shortcut step. So approach should be with a shortcut, but solution should be slow and steady. So remember all this. Okay. Now, what we will do is a cannon of mass 5 kg. The cannon means the gun here. So mass of the gun into velocity of the gun will be equal to mass of the bullet into the velocity of the bullet. So you have got now the mass of the gun, cannon ball, so it is 5 kg into velocity of the gun, we will have to find it out, will be equal to the mass of the bullet. Well, cannonball of mass 5 kg, discharged with a velocity of 500 meters, if the cannon is free to move and has a mass of 100. So, the mass of the bullet is 5 kg, not that of the gun. So, wording is wrong. This is an examination question. So, how it should be corrected is that a cannonball firing a bullet of mass 5 kg. That is the correct wording. So, cannon is free to move and has a mass. So, this is the mass of the cannon. So, mass of the cannon. So, sometimes what happens is we lose marks because of the wrong English that is there in the question. It has happened before also. So, that will be equal to the mass of the bullet, 5 kg, into the velocity of the bullet given 500 meters per second. So, from this, what you will therefore find is that velocity of the gun, that is a cannon, will be equal to 5 into 500 divided by 100. So that is equal to 25 meters per second. So now find out what will be the energy. Gun or cannon. The kinetic energy of the cannon is equal to half into cannon or gun, whatever it is. So it will be mass of the gun into the velocity of the gun square, half mv square. That's the equation we have studied for kinetic energy. And that will be equal to half into the mass of the gun is equal to 500 kg. So you'll have to put a kg also here. So that is going to be the mass. Cannon is free to move. Mass of the cannon is 100 kg. So cannon or gun, all one and the same thing. 100 into velocity of the gun is 25 square also is needed. And what is the unit? Energy, work done, all will have the same unit because capacity of doing work is energy. So work done, energy, both will have same unit, and already we have seen that it is joules. So when you simplify this, it will be equal to 25 square is 625. And 625 into 100 is 62,500 divided by 2. That is equal to 31,250 joules, which is equal to 31.25 kilojoules. The second question is also over.